Now let's get you glimpses of the Prime Minister's visit to the Team India dressing room. The Prime Minister met the men in blue post the finals, and Jadeja has shared these glimpses of the Prime Minister's visit. And he has said that the Prime Minister's visit was extremely motivating. Remember, yesterday at the stadium, Prime Minister Modi was present, and as India went down fighting, several of these cricketers were also in tears. It was an extremely emotional moment as India could not win, and as the nation's heart broke, the Prime Minister was with the men in blue. My colleague Aishwarya and Amita joining us on the broadcast. Amita, amid a lot of discussion around it, Jadeja giving a glimpse of the Prime Minister's visit to the men in blue.
Absolutely, Pratibha, because usually the dressing room is something, as we can imagine, the mood must have been very somber. And Jadeja, as you can see in the pictures here, right behind him, Shubman Gill, Mohammad Shami also present, and he goes on to say, and I quote, "We had a great tournament, but we ended up short yesterday. We are all heartbroken, but support of our people is keeping us going." Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the dressing room yesterday was a special one and very motivating. And this is something, Pratibha, that the Prime Minister always does, that connect that he has with the sports persons. And yesterday that he too was present yesterday, hoping for India's win, but a very somber mood in the dressing room yesterday for the men in blue.
Absolutely, it was heartbreaking for the entire country, and we could see how emotional the moment was for the players. But it's extremely significant, Aishwarya, amid the blame game that is going on and the politics that has marred the match of yesterday.
Well, those were emotional movements for the Indian cricket team. Remember, Rohit Sharma went on to tears when he was walking inside that dressing room. Similar scenes were of Mohammad Siraj, Virat Kohli and other cricketers of the Indian cricket team yesterday after that lost. And it was Prime Minister Narendra Modi who, after handing over the trophy to Pat Cummins, Australian captain, he went inside the Indian dressing room and certainly gave several motivation. It was Prime Minister always who had stated earlier as well that no matter it is loss or win, it is experience for the team, and therefore the reason perhaps Prime Minister must have interacted.
And in fact, we have Mr. R.P. Singh also on the phone line with us. Stay with us, Aishwarya. Mr. R.P. Singh, how do you look at this criticism that has come in? Many reminding that during the Congress rule, Team India had won, and now during the BJP rule, Team India has lost.
Well, you have to use that physiology. Then after the opposition made India, India has lost the game. It's silly. I mean, why to get into all this? I mean, they played well, and someone wins, someone loses. And then it was gracious of Prime Minister that he went to the dressing room and met each one of them personally, and then encouraged them, and then said winning and losing is part of the game, and we should start working for the next game. I mean, this is not the first time. Even during Asian game, whether it was Commonwealth game or whether it was Olympics, Prime Minister has always stood with the player, and he has always encouraged the player, whether they lost or won. I mean, there have been times when players have lost, they couldn't achieve what they have to achieve. Even then, Prime Minister encouraged them, and Prime Minister has also called them to their residence also over a meal, over lunch and dinner, and had to try to encourage all the players.
Okay, to encourage the players, the Prime Minister was there. But there are many, Mr. Singh, who are saying that the Prime Minister was there only to hog credit. In fact, many were also raising these questions, mocking tweets that have come in from many of the opposition leaders. We're not talking about trolls. These are some of the leaders of the opposition parties who are raising such questions and mocking the Prime Minister for even visiting the stadium.
If I have to go by that parameter, that why did Mrs. Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi and in which capacity they went to China for those Olympic Games? So something very silly. But I don't want to get into this slugfest. Fact is, Prime Minister has always stood by the sports.
Okay, all right. Mr. Singh, thank you for joining us on the broadcast with the BJP perspective on that.